Welcome back, ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls, to Game 2 between Team Liquid and Mudgolems. We saw Team Liquid take the first game pretty convincingly. There's only a couple of times Mudgolems felt like they were trying to get back into it, but all in the end, Team Liquid just slammed it down and put them to bed. But we see exactly the same bans coming out so far. Liquid following up with the Faceless Void. Mudgolems taking away the Lone Druid. Just a ban up to Slardar as well. Just taking away the Slardar from Boxy, the Lone Druid from Koifer. Liquid also getting rid of the IO. Exactly the same bans they've done as the previous game. So we'll see if Mudgolems want to go for a similar opener. They've played the Undying quite a few times as well so far this tournament. They've picked up 5 times already. So we might see a relatively quickish one come out again. They're actually going to snap up the Rubik. They're going to take that away from the hands of Insania, who's been pretty damn dominant on it. So it will be put into the hands of Milan. I mean, Mudgolems, they've also picked up Rubik 3 times before, and they've won every game with it as well. So both teams doing pretty good showings on that hero. And then Insania, they're just going to turn around. They're going to take Insania, Team Liquid. Sorry, they're going to turn around. They're going to take the Oracle again. Big priority pickup from them. This is their 7th time on that hero. Currently 4-2 on it. So it seems like that's Mudgolems already got the position 4 for Milan. Unless they're going to try and do a similar thing that Liquid does and put it into the position 5 role in the hands of Fata. Oh, splash screen's still on. I'm so bad, man. I'm so bad. Radio casting dotes. Thanks for pointing out, Ereminos. So yeah, we'll see what Mudgolems are going to follow up with their second pick. I'm actually going to go with the Spectre. That is their most picked carry so far. They do normally have quite a good showing on it. So we'll see if they're able to take that to another victory this game. But it is very defensive in the early portions in the laning phase. So it doesn't present much of a kill threat, and it takes a little while to come online. So this could be an opportunity for Liquid to try and pick quite a fast-paced lineup and apply a lot of pressure onto the Spectre. But they've already picked up the Oracle. And the Oracle itself is a super defensive support, so you can't really make too many plays with that. They're actually just going to grab up the Earth Spirit again. Tiger done a pretty good job of it in the previous game, so why not? To keep the ball rolling, as it were. I feel like it's been such a long time since both supports have been picked up in the first phase. It's pretty much always support and then a core, position 1. Just seems to be that's generally just what happens in the current meta. But there you go, that's 4 and 5. Unless something absolutely bananas happens. You never know. Mickey might play Earth Spirit. Who knows? I'm sure we won't be treated to such shenanigans though. So Liquid, they ban out the Beastmaster, taking that away from 33. And Mudgolems, they're just going to prioritise pretty much all of these bans now towards Mickey. Removing his Sven. We might see a Morphling ban. Yeah, speak of the devil. Morphling ban comes out. But Liquid, they're just probably going to focus all their bans towards 33 again. Perhaps they'll ban out the Void Spirit. It is definitely a hero that 33 does like to play. Picked up a few times, but it didn't work out too well last game. So maybe that's enough for them to just sort of move away from that sort of pick. They do like to pick up the Bloodseeker as well, but that is always a high band hero as well. So I imagine Liquid will probably take that out the pool as well. Especially if they do get the Bloodseeker, then we'll probably see the Rubik push definitely into the position 4 role. Because there's always that ability just to telekinesis people and chuck them back into the Bloodright. Guarantee that big silence and damage. They're actually going to ban out the Storm Spirit. Maybe they don't want Borra to just jump onto the backlines like the previous game, but not like it mattered too much. But hey, they're giving a little bit of respect to it, so they'll just take that away anyway. Mudgolem's going to get rid of Boxy's Timbersaw. He was an absolute beast to that previous game. Just took too many resources to bring him down, and by the time you focus down the Timbersaw, there was a Juggernaut just smashing into your back doors. And yes, that was an innuendo. I think we're actually going to get rid of the Doom. So I wouldn't be surprised now to see that Bloodseeker pick up. Liquid have actually gone for a Death Prophet, so it looks like they want to go for a high tempo push-in style. Maybe we're going to try and close out the map a little bit more before the Spectre becomes too big and is big enough of a problem to actually get involved. In which case, see what other high tempo picks Liquid would like to go for. I mean, it's definitely a Koifa hero, the Death Prophet, so they probably won't be picking up the Lycan, because that is also a hero that Koifa picks up. Unless Mickey can play either two. To be honest with you, I can't actually remember a time where Mickey has played them. But it's not like I'm saying that it doesn't play them. There's always that chance still come out. Mudgolem's actually going to grab the Lina. I think for the side of Mudgolems, Lina, it's either Fata or Borra, I believe, that plays the Lina. I think Borra's definitely picked it up before. Actually, no, I think it's a Milan for the Lina, and they're going to keep the Rubik as the position 5, leave that on Fata. But Liquid are going to take the Phantom Assassin. It's definitely a hero that can come online relatively early. Sometimes all you need is just the first item, and you can start getting involved if she wants to go for like a really early Desolator or something, or if she wants to try and match or just try and outfarm the pace of the Spectre. You might just see her still go for like a Battle Fury. It's all those choices. Mudgolem's actually grabbed the Tide Hunter, going for that big Ravage bot. Definitely a good way to guarantee that the Lina can land a few LSAs. Just pop the Ravage and she'll have her pick between who she wants to stun. So it's just Boxy's hero left to grab for the side of Liquid. And it's looking like Borra still needs his pick as well for the side of Mudgolems. But Mudgolems, they ban up the Mars. Could maybe... I don't think Boxy doesn't play an Enigma. I think Tiger normally plays the Enigma for the side of Liquid. Are Liquid thinking this is a mid Tide Hunter? They ban out the Undying. Unless maybe they're thinking this is a mid Lina. Yeah, that makes more sense, doesn't it? Mid Lina with off Tide Hunter, safe selling Spectre. So they're thinking that it's still position 4 pickup for the side of Mudgolems. We'll see if maybe MG leading Liquid down to a full sense of security and going to like make a little twist in the road at the last second. This is the time to bring out your pocket strat. Instant ban out of the Snapfire there from Liquid. I mean, the ability just to gobble up a Tidehunter, spit him into the middle of the entire team of Liquid, and then just pops a Ravage. That would be pretty devastating. So it's quite a wise ban there from the side of Liquid. So, unless this is... I'm still not sure. I think this is a position for Lina. So I think Mudgolem still needs someone who can do it damage. So perhaps maybe something like a Nature's Prophet. They actually got a Bristleback. Okay. So is this a... So yeah, it's definitely going to be support Lina then. And this Bristleback's going to be the mid. Or we could see the Tidehunter as the mid. It could go either way, but these two heroes pretty much do the same thing. They've both got a tank ability with a bit of AoE damage. So, yeah, I think it's either way between them two, in all honesty. Hey, if it's leaving me guessing, it might be leaving Liquid guessing as well. So see what Liquid, they've got plenty of reserve time. Just got their grab for Boxy left. Needs to be something that can deal with a Bristleback and a Tidehunter. Does limit the available heroes. You're gonna go for the Invoker. So is this a Boxy on the Death Prophet then? No, Koifer. Oh no, it's a Boxy on the Invoker. So Koifer's still taking the Death Prophet mid lane, so it's going to be an offlane Invoker. And it is an offlane Tidehunter as well, so the Abora does actually take the Lina mid. So this is a position 5 Bristleback. Okay. That's interesting. That's very interesting. I don't think I've ever seen a position 5 Bristleback before. I think even Liquid's a little bit confused here. Yeah, this is interesting. So we'll see what Mudgolems is able to do with this pickup. Maybe this is a strat they've actually practiced before, or maybe Farta's just rolled it in his pubs and said, guys, I can do it. Believe. So it's a little bit more of a conventional lineup for the side of Liquid. I mean, it's just with the off lane Invoker though. What can a pos 5 Bristleback accomplish? I don't really know, to be honest with you. Maybe he can secure the lane for Skeeter a little bit easier. He can just spend his entire time just running at Boxy, spamming out the quills perhaps. Make it really impossible for the Invoker to get close to the lane. But apart from that, it's probably the most involvement he'll do. And then in team fights again, he'll just be running around pressing W. That will just be Farta's involvement for the majority of this game. We could see him actually go for an Aghanims, perhaps, and then just focus on spamming out the AoE snot just to slow down Team Liquid a little bit. Early game all in from Mudgolems. Well, no, definitely not, because they've got a Spectre. You don't go early game all in on with a Spectre. It feels like the Bristleback is going to have the main focus in the lane. And maybe after that he will be a bit disruptive with the quills. But we'll just have to wait and see how this lane is actually going to go. Koifer's actually taking the Death Prophet into the off lane. So Boxy's taking the Invoker in the mid. Mickey's still down bottom. Okay, so it's just Boxy and Koifa who have swapped around a little bit. I mean, it's definitely going to be a lot more difficult for Fata to harass out a Death Prophet. She could just turn around, chuck the Soul Assumption onto him, and just start draining his HP away. Even gone for that first item with the stick. Stick on Tiger as well. See, I'm just not sure how much of an impact this Bristle's going to have. I mean, I do hope that this is a strat that MG have picked up before, and this isn't just something that they're completely spitballing right now. Just think, why not go for it? Even Mickey started with a stick. Is Insane got a stick? No. So Mickey, he's grabbed a stick maybe just in preparation in case Fata is actually trying to play aggressively down bottom as the support. Sort of makes sense, but unfortunately enough for him, Fata is up top. But even still, Tidehunter does like to spam out the Anchor Smash, so she'll still get a few charges. And then another magic stick on 33 just for the Stifling Dagger spam from Mickey. Lots of magic sticks this game. Very magical indeed. Just going to be a 2-for-2 bounty split. Nobody getting crazy. Wand queued up for Skeeter as well. Fart with a stick queued up. So many sticks this game. Crazy. Nice denies there from Borrow. He actually gets 2 denies under the tier 1 tower of Boxy there. So nice. Nice timings. So Far's actually started off with the Goose, his first ability. So this will allow him to just sort of run at Koi for a bit easier, but even still, as long as if Tiger's nearby, it is a little bit risky for Fata to charge at. Let's see how effective this is. Spamming out the nasal goose, plus the spectral dagger slow. And Koifa, he's crawling. He actually has to just go for a TP back. We'll just go to his tier 1 tab, even still. Plus, the nasal goose is a lot more spammable as well, seems like it is only 12 mana. But, as we see, magic stick full, magic stick full. Fart's going to have to be a little bit more careful about how he spams this, otherwise there's so much free regen for the side of Liquid. Actually, I'll apply a nice bit of pressure onto Fata, and now he's going to have to be the one to TP back to his tier 1. Yeah, Boxy's current. Died? Where? Was it running down the river? A little bit of a miss micro in there from Boxy. So see Far now just charging more towards Koifa. Special dagger coming from Skier. A lot of slows onto him, but still, it's a lot of mana having to be used and not really accomplishing that much. He's only got 1 mango left. And meanwhile, it's just stick charges galore for the side of Liquid. Tiger's still like maximum HP and mana. Purely sustaining off of these stick charges alone. But, I mean, he is securing farm for Skeeter. Skeeter second in the CS at the moment, 14-3, so he's doing a pretty good job with these last hits. So maybe this is literally the plan. He's just waving a big red flag in front of the ball. So come charge at me. Taking all the attention away from Skeeter. Oh, no, Mickey and the Sailor making a lot of moves towards Milan. Takes a bit of damage. But not enough to actually finish him up. They're turning around. Another Siphon Dagger ready for Milan with the heal, but not enough to actually finish him off. Oh, meanwhile up top, I missed that. Koifer manages to get the first problem down onto Skeeter. And there's nothing that the position 5 Bristleback can do to keep him alive there. Even Tiger rolling forward, actually gets a connector onto fire, kicks him back towards Koifer. He's in a pretty rough spot now himself. Trying to juke and drive. Skeeter's coming in with a Spectral Dagger, but Farter's going to fall anyway. And with all those stick charges, gets him nice and healthy once again. So, as I was saying, Mudgolems, the lane was going well. But no, nice quick couple of plays there from the side of Liquid. And they're really starting to punish this very odd support pickup. Mid lane's going pretty well for the side of MG though. 24-9 on Borra to the only 15-1 of Boxy. So Borra definitely getting a nice dominant lead. A quarter of a level away from 6. Meanwhile Boxy's only just turned 5. So he's going to have to be a little bit careful. There's going to be a pretty early Laguna Blade coming out. He might even have it after this creep. No, not enough mana for that. But he's pretty damn close. 5-minute bounty's coming out as well. Tiger's rotating around, kicking Borra's back with the EMP. That's all of Borra's mana gone. Tornado keep in place. He's dropping pretty low, but there is a rotation coming out from Milan. It's going to force him back. They're even keeping pushing forward. Ooh, nice dodge there from Boxy. Completely jukes and jives that LSA. Farter actually able to get the bounty rune on the other side. So far it's been every single bounty going to the side of Mudgolems. Borra's even able to just fill up his own pot with that last one. So how's Mickey doing down bottom? Pretty well. Yeah, no, nice showing. 30-1 to the 35 of 33. Yeah, it was pretty close. There's not much that a PA and an Oracle could really do to threaten a Tide Hunter that much. Especially with the Anchor Smash reducing the damage, then the armor. Ooh, meanwhile up top, Tiger, he actually manages to get another kill onto Skeeter. Sure, he dies for it, but he doesn't care about that. Taking away the position 1 on the side of Mudgolems. That's 2 deaths already on Skeeter. And he was once upon a time at top of that CS. He's slowly dropping down now. Still yet to see Borra try and make a move with this Laguna Blade. He is now 7, so perhaps we'll see him make a rotation. Or he's just going to keep keeping the farm going. Doesn't want to try and leave any room for Boxy to come back into this lane too much. Milan is nearby as well. So maybe they're going to think about it. Tornado comes out full from Boxy. Roll full from Tiger as well. Trying to keep him locked down. Oh, a little bit of miscommunication there. Milan brings it back close to the tower, but Borra wasn't suspecting that, and then he misses the LSA as a result. Tiger taking a bit of damage, but the heal's coming out there from Insania to keep him alive. So it ends up, no one ends up going down. which is fortunate for Team Liquid there. Just, yeah, Milan and Bora, a little bit of miscommunication. It's something you expect in your pubs. But it doesn't even happen to the pros. Sometimes you get carried away. Oh, Meteor Hammer finished up for 33. So he's just going for pure lockdown. Whoever gets hit by this Ravage is getting stunned for a long ass time. Also quite nice as well. Gives him the bonus mana regen so he can stay in this lane. You know, Kuiper, he's diving Skeeter up top, but 33's rotated around. Looking to maybe try and make a play happen here. Drops the Ravage. Meteor Hammer queued up as well, but I think Kuiper's, yeah, he's dead anyway. Tiger's trying to run away. Bora's rotated around, but he had another Stone Remnant available. Tiger's able to escape with his life. But that is the first Exorcism used. They don't get a single kill out of it or any significant tower damage. So that is a slight win for the side of Mudgolems there. Farter's still going for your generic sort of builds, focusing a lot of his levels into the quills. Glyph popped there for the side of Liquid just to stop the damage coming out from the Meteor Hammer. So 3, just keeping this mid lane pushed in. One Meteor Hammer usage and an Anchor Smash and the entire wave is just gone. Well, Liquid still making some nice stacks as you see them do in pretty much all their games. Almost got one there on the Sania, just missed it slightly. Boxy needs to be careful. Bora and Milan is hunting him. Even the Spectral Haunt just to get him the vision. Even lets Skeeter get the last hit as well, so pretty nice. Puts him to a safer lane as well. Able to just farm up down here now. You know, it looks like rest of Liquid, 3 of them, they're grouping up around top. There's still no Exorcism to take down this tier 1. Not for another 23 seconds anyway. We'll probably see that coming out soon. Tiger's actually rotate around the middle, gets the Rolling Boulder forward onto 33. The tower's already stunned out though, so protects him from a little bit of damage. Even a crit comes out, but 33's HP bar did not move at all. Boxy's rotated around, connects the Tornado onto Milan. He's trying to stand his ground here, but yeah, it's just a Rubik. Position 5 Rubik at that. 0 things he can do to survive. You see just the effectiveness of a Tidehunter against the PA there. With the Anchor Smash and the Kraken Shell on top, a crit from PA did absolutely no damage at all. 33's actually going to leave the mid. He's going to head up to the top and try and defend this push coming out from Koifo. Probably see him pop his Exorcism. He's got a pretty big creep wave though, so he probably doesn't need to. But actually, 33's here. Massive amount of farm for him. Oh, meanwhile in the mid. Looks like Boxy found the kill on Tafato with the rest of Team Liquid. Nice timing there on the glyph. Keeps a lot of the creeps alive, but there's still so much burn damage anyway. 33 just still cleans up all the last hits. Still going for those Garden Greaves as the first item. The rest of Liquid are smoked up. Looking to see if they can try and find someone behind the tier 1. They really want to try and get this tower down. I think they were expecting it to already be gone from that first Exorcism usage. 33 is actually just going to bail. He TP's out, heads down the bottom. They'll let their first tier 1 fall. Bora just gone for the first item of the bots. Just highlighting speed as the top priority. Ooh, nice, nearly a LSA connection now to Tiger, but he just turns around in a nick of time. Not sure if there'd have been enough follow-up to take him down anyway. LSA connects onto Tiger, but there's the false promise just to keep him alive. So that's 2 ultimates traded away. Even still, they're not like the biggest cooldowns in the world. Actually, the false promise is relatively long. But they're going to be back again another 50 seconds. Fata still just farming in the mid. So what's he got coming in the courier? Just a smoke and a sentry ward. Cloak queued up, so he's not actually even going to try and focus any big items at the moment. Maybe a little bit unsure about what he needs to start building up into. Well, Skier, he's only really just got a blade mail. He's working towards that Manta style, but he's still quite a few components away. Looks like perhaps Mudgolems are going to try and do a smoke up. Maybe. So they'll smoke up as 4. Skeeter's ready and available to join in at any time with that Spectral Haunt available. Move into the triangle. No one's actually here at the moment. So we'll see if they head up towards Koifa or head into the mid lane. No one's actually around. They will just spot Koifa. But he's not coming anywhere close. He'll stay nice and protected. Smoke's still got a quarter of his duration left. They'll spot out the Insanius courier, but that's all they managed to find out of that entire smoke rotation. So nice steps by Liquid. Able to avoid that gank. Mickey pretty close to finish up that Battle Fury now. We're only 350 gold away. He's got enough money to finish up his Yasha at least. Boris is going for his next item on the Bloodstone. Wants to try and rack up a few early charges. Oh, looks like Boxy and Koifa making a move onto Fata mid. They even popped the exorcism, so they're going to want to try and take down this tier 1 tower. They couldn't even get the finish onto the position 5 of Fata, so that is the benefit of this pick. He is super tanky. Koifa taking a lot of damage there. I think if Bora was close enough with the Laguna Blade, I think Koifa would have just dropped there. But again, this is another exorcism used, and they've not gotten a single thing out of it. I mean, I think they've done a tiny bit of damage to the tier 1, but that's not what you want for using such a big cooldown ulti. Well, with that ultimate gone, Mudgolems, they feel a little bit more comfortable just start pushing this tier 2, especially with the help from the catapult. There's not even a glyph available to stall this out. So again, this is another tier 2 dropping before the 20-minute mark. This side on the side of Mudgolems. So we'll see if they need to not make the same mistake that Liquid made in the previous game. Obviously, Liquid still won in the end, but even still, they allowed Mudgolems to recapture their outpost. So we'll see if Mudgolems makes the same mistake. Foxy trying to get the grab on the 33 there. Tornado's just off the map. The big fish man able to just walk away. No troubles in the world. Yeah, that's a Spirit Vessel nearly online for Boxy. Only 500 gold away now. I'll definitely make it easier to bring down the Bristle, the Spectre, and the Tide. So you probably don't really need to go using it on faster at the moment. This Milan's so easy to clear up creep waves when you've got a stolen nuke. Just combine that with your Fane Bolt. Creep waves don't stand a chance. Or even finding the double damage now. So it's probably a good time for Mudgolems to try and make some sort of move happen. Still got the Ravage online. Far's actually just going straight for the Roche Pit. Boxy actually doubles back for a hand, and Midas chooses not to go for that Spirit Vessel in the end. Maybe realising that the pace of this game is really slow. Only 8 kills at 18 minutes. So perhaps he's feeling he's going to be able to get the worth out of this item. Especially seeing as how he is actually up against a Spectre lineup as well. So traditionally those games always last a lot longer. Perhaps if they were in more of a dominant position, he wouldn't have gone for this pickup. But it feels like it's been stalled out for quite a while, so he feels comfortable to go in for it. Okay, working towards the BKB. We realise he needs something to break up the Ravage Meteor Hammer combo. It's going to be coming out from 33. If he just stays stun locked the entire time, he's got Hope and Hale's chance of surviving. And Mudgolems are able to doing a lot of damage onto Roshan. Liquid, they are finally moving over. They might be able to get her in time, but there is still the Ravage available for 33 to stall it out. Tornado comes in, rolling from Tiger. We'll probably see the Ravage popped instantly to try and secure this out. Gets silenced though, so we can't actually use it. Meanwhile, Far's in the back. He's providing enough of distraction. Borrow finally manages to pick up the Aegis. So this isn't going too bad for the side of Mudgolems so far. Finally, the Blink Dagger's up to 33. We'll see him getting ready to jump in with the Ravage any moment. Tiger, he's jumping forward, and it looks like Milan, he will eventually fall. Ravage finally comes out, collects onto Tiger and onto Koifa as well. Koifa gets locked in place. He actually dodges the Meteor Hammer there with his Yule Scepter. It's not enough to keep him alive though, and he will fall. It's a nice plays there by Mudgolems. Only end up losing to Flutter did buyback, but it's the position 5 Bristle. Does not matter in the least. And he still managed to get the kill onto Roshan and secure the Aegis into the hands of Borrow as well. So definitely doing a good job in this early mid-game portion of this match. But again, it's another exorcism. Sure, he's done a fair bit of damage, but it's not actually had a full duration in a team fight yet. I just see a smoke out from the side of Liquid. They see Borrow down bottom and they're just charging towards him. But he's already TB'ing out. He's gone. Nice read there. Manages to get out the jaws of death. It looks like they're actually going to find the more valuable pick of the Skeeter. He stands his ground, will lose a lot of advantage to the EMP, but there's not enough damage there to actually bring him down. It's Dispersion making him so tanky. And they're just forced to retreat. It does actually force out quite a few rotations from the side of Mudgolems, so a very, very small victory for Liquid. But even still, Ski is able to keep his farm rolling. Nearly got his drums finished up. Guardian Greaves online for 33 as well. Just even more of a pain in the ass to try and bring this guy down. And even if he gets hit by the silence from Koifa, you can easily just purge that off. Just guarantees that you can cast his Ravage in these team fights. It looks like they're actually going to get a wrap on the Mickey. They're going to run into him in time. LSA does connect in time. Being held in place. He's going to be forced to pop the BKB and he's just going to go for a TP out. Nothing to actually cancel that out at this portion. Meanwhile, down bottom, looks like Liquid's making a move onto Fata, but he's so damn tanky. It's going to take a while to kill. Ski just rotates around. Ravage is committed. Connects onto all three of them. Boxy and Koifa are all locked down. Boxy's just going to try and run away, but Koifa is a sacrificial lamb. I'm not sure if there's anything that Boxy could do to survive this. Gets slowed down by the spectral dagger as well. He will pop his invis. Ooh. Super close there. I think if that Dragon Slave connected, Boxy would have died, but he was just out of range. Just too speedy. So, again, another failed gank there from the side of Liquid. Skeeter gets involved, getting some of these kills as well. It was a large portion of the ultimates used for the side of Mudgolems, though, so they do have that advantage, but Tiger gets found. Absolute just melts in a second when you've got 3 Spectres on top of you, all hitting you with Desolate. Looks like Mickey. He will be spotted. Skeeter's coming over. He knows he's here. He doesn't actually get close enough to the Skeeter for his blur to pop there. And we'll give him the space just to run away. Meanwhile, looks like he's going to be the focus of all this abuse again. But with these quills and a blade mail as well, it's such a difficult target for them to actually get. They can't even kill the position 5. Koifa's even hanging around too long. He's going to get hit by the LSA with the Laguna Blade as well. He just disappears. Insanely gets caught by the clumsy note from Skeeter. Getting slowed down too much. The nasal goo coming out from Fata as well, keeping him held back. Fata's going to fall as well. Boxy still just quick enough to manage to escape. Bora couldn't get close enough there to catch him with the Yule Scepter. Oh, there is no Yule Scepter on the match. Who has Yule Scepter? They don't have Yule Scepter. But, okay, this is actually the pick of Fata working out. I mean, it's an interesting way of doing it, but he's so damn tanky that whenever Liquid try and make any sort of move onto him, he survives for long enough that the side of Mudgolems can just rotate round and just get a few return kills. Look at him, he's just diving the tier 3s on his own. Man has no fear whatsoever. Never before you see a position 5 just so damn obnoxious. He's got 1800 gold as well on site for Fata. We'll see what he does move into. I would not be surprised if he does just go for that Aghanims. Wanting just to go for a lot more utility for the rest of his team. Well, Mickey's got his Desolator finished up, so they will be able to apply a bit more damage in these next coming fights. But Tiger gets found out. Tries to roll and boulder away, but 33's found him. LSA even connects. No way you could roll away out of that one. Boxy just saying hello to Skeeter. Says, you don't need mana, mate. I'll take that away from you. I mean, it's good, because now he doesn't have Spectral Haunts to get involved with his team, if Liquid did take an engagement there. But with all that space, Mudgolem's able to take up the tier 2 top. So we rotate around. Gonna jump onto Boxy, but he doesn't have actually the utility to keep him locked down in place in time. Just pushing him away. The rest of the Mudgolems is hanging around on the other side of the map. Just keeping their presence here, just in case anyone on the side of Liquid steps out of position. They might be able to find a free kill. But Liquid have actually done a smoke up of their own. They're going to run straight into the rest of Mudgolems. But again, it's Fata at the front. This is not the target that the side of Liquid wants to be going on. And then Skeeter just uses Spectral Horn. He's straight in there. Skeeter just falls in a second. Milan does actually get picked up on the background from Mickey. Tiger drops super low with the Laguna Blade committed on. The Skier dropping low. Finally, Mickey's able to bring a kill. 33, even whiffs the Ravage there. I think his Blink Dagger got cancelled out by one of the Ghosts. Mudgolems is in full retreat. They all managed to TP out. But even still, that's definitely a win for the side of Liquid there. End up getting the kill, big value kill onto Skeeter, as well as a lot of the big ultimates used as well. So finally, it's a little bit of space. A little bit of space that they can start working their way back into this game and maybe get another item online before the next engagement will come. See what Mickey's got finished on Takura. He's got a Desolator Orb plus a Basher. So this PA is starting to come online. Mudgolems can't afford to have any more sort of encounters like that again. Despite the fact that it started off well with the entirety of Liquid just initiating onto Fire to begin with. It's just the supports from the side of Mudgolems got separated and Mickey just came in through the back and just cleared the house. Roshan up in 25 seconds. Skeeter does show himself bottom. He is surrounded by Liquid heroes. Luckily he does actually fall back. If he didn't fall back then, he would have put him in a really bad spot. But they're actually going to go on him anyway. The rolling forward does miss from Tiger, but Mickey jumps forward anyway. He's going to get caught out. The rotations are finally here from the rest of the team Mudgolems. 33 jumping forward onto Mickey. Just trying to keep him locked down in place. Fast, trying to apply the slow, keep him from running away too fast. I think Tiger just dives into the backplane, wants to sacrifice his life to make a distraction for the rest of his team. But these nasal goose stacks are coming out. Mickey just cannot run away. This is too damn slow. There's still no Ravage available, not for another 22 seconds. Special Haunt does come up from Skier. He's making a move onto Insania, but nice Deafening Blast coming out from Boxy. Forces Mudgolems back there. Looks like Insania will still fall for this. Koifu's got involved. He's popping the Exorcism. They're locking down Skier, and a crit comes out from Mickey, and it's actually enough to bring him down. Even 33, a couple of crits to his face. He's just melted as well. That's a bit of sushi for the side of Liquid. Koifu's even managed to scout out Farter as well before he can fully escape. Really nice moves there by Liquid. It looked like maybe Mudgolems was going to be able to take that engagement away, but Liquid only end up using 2 of their supports, but taking a lot of high value kills on the side of Mudgolems. Skeeter dies, 33 goes as well. Sure, Boros survives, but even still, it's twice in a row now that Skeeter has just died. I mean, look at the net worth difference. Mickey is 5k ahead on anyone on the side of Mudgolems. This man is just so massive at the moment. It's going to be really difficult for Mudgolems to win a fight unless they can get the initial jump onto Mickey and burst him down before his BKB is able to come off. It's going to be a prime target allocation coming out from 33. Needs to try and get a Ravage on top of him. I think that's going to be the only way that he's going to be able to bring him down. But even still, despite that, they don't have any BKB piercing stuns or any sort of instant disable. I mean, they've got the telekinesis from Milan, so maybe that's the only way they're going to be able to get a guaranteed initiation onto Mickey. But Mudgolems, they've seen Roshan's support and they've moved straight on top of it. Liquid don't realise this is going on. And this will actually just be the second Roshan going towards Mudgolems. Aidison, Hannah Skeeter, and Boros got the cheese. Now we're going to smoke up. Got all their key elements available. Spectral Haunt up in 2 seconds. Let's see if they're able to find one. Farter, he does actually run into Mickey as the first target. He does get the lift on. There's no follow-up stun though in time, and Mickey's able to just jump out. Skier goes into the backline, trying to focus down Insania again. He will fall, but not before he manages to get the false promise off onto Mickey. And that's the only kill that the side of Mudgolems are going to be able to claim. Oh, the Spectral Dagger might actually finish off Tiger. He does actually get that kill. A little bit sneaky there. Someone needs to kill that Forge Spirit. It's just going to steal your creep wave. Maybe a little bit of a missed micro in there from Boxy. Oh, he's getting charged out there. That explains why. They're actually going to force this BKB out. He's just going to TP away. So it's only the supports on the side of Liquid to fall. But it did cost the Spectral Haunt. So there is that sort of big teamfight on cooldown for the side of Mudgolems. So they still have the Ravage available. Nice amount of Bloodstone charges now coming out for Borra. He's really starting to get a lot of worth out of this item. He's still not died at all this game. Satanic now finished up for Mickey. This man's got so much survivability. It's going to be super difficult for Mudgolems to bring him down. And it looks like the entirety of Liquid is going to try and collapse on Skeeter here. He has no idea this move's coming. I don't think there's anything he can do to survive this. He does have the Aegis to see if the rest of Mudgolems is able to get over here in time to try and make some sort of counterplay happen for his second life. And see if they're able to get here in time. A lot of damage comes out on top. Even the final crit there from Mickey just finishes him off. Meanwhile, the rest of Mudgolems, even fires close enough now just get picked off. So it's another death for Skeeter. He just can't find the space to get himself back into this game. Still 6k behind the net worth of Mickey. Tiger manages to find some of Mudgolems, but Tiger's able to TP out. Borra doesn't actually have his TP available, but he's just tunneling his way into the trees. There's enough space for him to still manage to escape. And still, Skier, I think he's finally got his Skadi finished? He's not got the last item queued up. Is this Courier dead? I'm not sure. Is this Courier died? Yeah, his Courier actually died, so that must have had the last component of the Skadi on it. So a little bit unfortunate for him there. Jump forward for Mickey. He actually finds Milan with the scout there from the Ravage. Oh, the Ravage comes out. Mickey actually just dies. He throws his life away. He tried doing a little cute play there, but it completely backfires. Even Tiger's going to fall now. Milan will fall to the aftershocks, but oh no, he doesn't even have a buyback. Eesh. It was a cute play with the Sunstrike giving him vision there to jump on top, but he didn't activate his BKB. He just gets stun locked in place. Good reactions from Milan, just lifting him up. Oh, that's definitely a really big misplay. He's gone for an entire minute. And the whole squad of Mudgolems is just charging down mid lane. There is a glyph available for Liquid to try and stall this out. It will finally be used now. He's going to force Mudgolems back a little bit, but there's still no Mickey for 40 seconds. Mudgolems just keep this pressure going. They got the Spectral Haunt still available as well. Borra just keeps poking and prodding onto the range racks. And there will actually be Mudgolems to fall back now. Only with 20 seconds until Mickey's up. But even still, there's a butt clenching moment. You can that's like the sort of greed you see in pub games. People are like, yeah, it's only a position 5 support, he'll die in a second. But he just didn't crit. If he crit, Milan would have died and that play would not have happened at all. But unfortunately for Mickey, he just didn't crit. And he just gets completely turned on, and it sort of makes him look bad when that sort of thing happens. But that's just the nature of a PA. MKB now finished up for Borra as well. He's going to be doing so much damage. Going to be able to just keep piercing through the evasion from the PA. So it's definitely more of a scary time for Mickey now. I mean, Borra is like the main dominant force for the side of Mudgolems. He's 2k above of Skeeter. Closer to 3k actually. Skeeter's got his Skadi finally up. Queued up for the Abyssal Blades his next time. They need something, a guaranteed stun to be able to pierce BKBs. I think the how long's charge left on Mickey? He's still an 8-second BKB on Mickey, so it's still going to be pretty useful for a long time. I decided to go for the Lotus Orb in the end. Just a good way just to buff out Skeeter a little bit, give him a little bit of protection. Even with the Shaco now on Borrow, he's super tanky. 3.8k HP. So he's definitely not the easiest target in the world. He was once upon a time. Got 1,000 more HP over the top of the tide. But Mickey is now 6-starred. He's only just got his Abyssal Blade to actually finish up. And then we'll probably see him just go for something like a Moon Shard. Both teams just a little bit scared to make the first move. Maybe just wanted to see if anyone steps out of position, they can get an easy pick off. Possible respawn of 30 seconds for the Roche. But that's a Octarine core now for Koifer as well. Can just make him even more sustainable. Liquid, they've gone for a little bit of a smoke up. Just both teams hanging close to the Roche area. Not knowing when it could actually be spawning. We'll see what time it's going to be. 2, 1. Oh, super quick spawn, up in 5 seconds. We'll see if either team's able to scout this out. And it does actually get scouted out by Milan's courier, but Tiger's here as well. So both teams know the Roche is up. But it's really dangerous for either team to initiate. There's so much utility on both sides to be able to take advantage of a bottleneck situation. Skier gets caught up by the Tornado, the EMP on top. Just trying to harass him out, taking away a bit of his mana. Liquid don't want to go engaging too hard, but there is a double damage. And Skier's actually going to be able to find it. This is going to be a perfect time for Mudgolems to do something. Skier's going to charge straight into the pit. Even still, with this double damage available, Mudgolems are a little bit too skittish to try and make something happen. They're going for a smoke up wraparound. They nearly run into Mickey there, but he had his blur activated, so it does actually keep him safe. Looks like the engagement was going to happen in the mid. Tiger goes running forward, actually connects onto 33, so that's going to be stopping his from his blink dash from actually happening. Miro in the back, Skiers is trying to take on Koifer. Tiger's already dropped, 33 getting focused down. Another crit comes out from Mickey, and it's actually enough to bring him down. Jumps forward onto Borrow into the back lines, gets another crit onto him, and he's going to fall. He can't sustain through it. Ski, he's trying to do a lot of damage, but he's just getting locked down in position. He pops the cheese, but still he's taking too much damage. He's going to end up falling pretty soon. Trying to run away from Boxy. The ghosts, they just track him down. And he can't escape in time. So many buybacks coming out from Mudgolems. They're trying to make something happen out of this. Trying to make moves onto Fire, but it's definitely a difficult target to go on. And the rest of Liquid, they're just going to start bailing up now. All they need to do is just retreat. There is going to be no exorcism for this next fight, but there is still a Ravage available. Ski just moves straight into the Roche. He will be scouted out. Mickey, he's jumping forward straight onto Borrow. Mickey's just in the front by himself, but the EMP is going to give him enough space for the rest of them to fall back. Well, Mickey gets caught out. He's taking a lot of damage. False Promise comes out just in time to keep him alive. Meanwhile, Fire's trying to make a distraction in the back. 33 getting hit on there by Mickey. Gets hit by the Tornado. The EMP's going to come out, drain his mana. But Mickey actually falls. There's too much damage to go through the False Promise. Ski does actually get the Aegis pick up. Tiger tried coming in to steal it, but it's not enough. He will just fall. And the chase forward from Mudgolems now. They get the grab onto Boxy. The rest of the team is here. The Minotaur Horn just purging off the slow. But these nasal goose stacks coming up from Far just keeping him slowed down. He's even going to force out the BKB now. Far's actually getting turned on. 33 jumps straight into the back onto Koifa. Gets the Ravage onto him. But the Ice Wall stops any sort of follow-up coming from the rest of Mudgolems. Farter even falls to the Light Strike. Skio's taking a lot of damage. He's getting pretty low. Stolen Ravage that comes out. Or was that just a refresher? There was a fresh raw Ravage, sorry. It wasn't a stolen one. And Mickey actually falls again. He's gone for 2 minutes. Koifa, he's trying desperately to try and make something happen here for the rest of Liquid, but they're all just falling. Boxy eventually drops down as well. Instantly buyback once more. 33's gone. That was a dieback from him. But there's no PA for 100 seconds. This is just going to be a perfect opportunity for the side of Mudgolems to keep pushing forwards. It's a 4-on-3 at the moment. Boris is heavily focusing down the racks. Just wants to sort of get the objective. So Glyph's going to stall this out a little bit. But Koifa is getting heavily slowed up. Bori, you need to get involved. You need to start doing some damage to the rest of your team. We will land the stun onto Boxy. Even the Spectral Horn moving forward onto him. It looks like he's going to fall. That's a dieback on the side of Boxy now. Koifa still getting slowed up. He's able to just get the 4-staff back. But now it's the tier 4s exposed. And the side of Mudgolems are just laying into him now. See if they, Liquid can actually stall this out. They need another minute before Mickey's actually alive. But Mudgolems, they're getting a little bit scared. They don't want to overcommit. There's still a long time here before any sort of assist comes out from the side of Liquid. But it looks like Mudgolems are charging back in. They find the grab onto Insania. But a good kick out there from Tiger keeps him alive. And even the Ghost Scepter actually manages to survive all the way through that. Tiger gets hit by the Laguna Blade and he will fall. Boro now focus on tier 4s. Skier getting too low. He's already used his buyback. There's no Aegis available. He's just going to fall back. Boro, there's still 28 seconds with no Mickey. He's doing as much damage to these tier 4s as he possibly can. They will finally fall. Koifa's pushing forwards. He's doing a lot of damage into Milan, but the LSA, he just connects in time and it's going to let Milan be able to fall back. And the rest of Mudgolems, they're just going to bail now. Mickey's up in 5 seconds. They don't want to overstay their welcome. What a chaotic engagement that was. So, the Aegis, the Cheese, and the Refresh Orb all went for the side of Mudgolems, and all of them have been used already. It's a dieback for the PA, it was a dieback for the Tide and Boxy as well. So, in this next engagement, this will probably dispel the doom for the rest of the game. Even though, mind you, Mudgolems, they still have 3 tier 2s left. They're all relatively healthy, so it wouldn't be the fastest base take for the side of Liquid if they do take a nice engagement. But it's super risky for them. If they lose one more team fight, it probably will just be GG. Looks like Mickey's got the Abyssal Blade finished up now, so there's another little power spike for him. Ski is actually queued up for the BKB as his next item. Or 27 Bloodstone charges as well. Jeez. Tanky man, especially with Daedalus now online as well. Whoever starts getting hit by these flying fireballs, it's going to hurt. It's hitting for just under 400 damage a hit, plus with the 100 magic damage procs and the crit chance as well. It's a scary amount of damage. It looks like Skeeter has actually changed his mind. He's gone for the Basher instead. Koifa. It looks like Liquid, they want to start getting aggressive here. This is a win or lose sort of situation. They're just ballsing up. Koifa is just standing in the front. Still holding on to the Exorcism. Doesn't want to just waste that for a tier 2. And Liquid, they're even going to pop a smoke in the back. They even want to see if something happens. There's actually a special dagger that connects into Boxy because he was only just normally invis. They knew that he was here. We get the lift onto Koifa. Not quite enough to actually finish him off there, but Tiger dives straight into the back, activates his BKB. He's just getting laid into there by Bora. Mickey jumps forward, activates his own BKB, but the Tornado actually saves Bora there. He's able to disengage. The Exorcism is now expended for Koifa, so they desperately need to make something happen. If they disengage now and don't get anything out of this big ultimate use, it's going to be pretty horrible. Milan, he actually jumps forward. He gets the connection on Koifa. He's slowing him down. But Koifa is just so damn fast. No, there's not enough slows in the world that can keep that woman still. Liquid, they're just going full retreat. They all bail out. Sure, Mudgolems use the Spectral Haunt, but it's not exactly like it's a big team fight ultimate that they require to actually take an engagement. They still got the Ravage available, and Mickey even used this BKB. So if they just charge in, then they might be able to get a jump on him in the next 20 seconds. Looks like they're actually just wrapping around for the bot lane. Maybe just thinking of trying to just take another set of racks, perhaps. Oh, they'll just chill. They're all just going to fall back. It's still only a 3k gold lead at 48 minutes in. I mean, it's a huge XP lead for the side of Mudgolems, sure. And it's really only Boxy's up there as well. So it's not a huge amount of like gold disparity amongst all of the teams. It's mainly the fact that the two supports on the side of Mudgolems are just much more farmed than the side of Liquid. Like Fart actually has 5,000 more than Insania does. So see what's Farter actually building into. He's got a plate mail. Must be like an AC then, because there's nothing queued up there. He's got 2.4 thousand HP for gold. Does he have a buyback? His buyback's on cooldown, so he might just buy out here. So I just needed to grease the gears. This is a proper chaotic game. This is so back and forth with these fights. It's just mad jumping going on. E-Blade finished up on Milan as well. 3,200 gold going towards an Aghanims. Probably going to be saving up for that buyback though. Everyone needs to be saving up for a buyback. So it's actually just Insania and Milan who actually has any sort of buybacks available. It's still a minute and 16 away from Mickey having one. Borra's going to have his up. Skeeter's going to have his up as well. And so's 33. So even if it's like a massive team fight going on now, it's still probably not going to be enough to guarantee a team a win. Koifa is almost back online ready with the Octarine Core. It's a relatively shorter cooldown time. And even with a refresher orb now. Gets a telekinesis grab onto Tiger, but Mudgolems, they're just going to disengage. They don't want to push forward for that. Liquid, they finally got a tier 2. They're 49 minutes into the game. The first tier 2 on the side of Mudgolems is destroyed. Is that Borra? Oh, I thought it was Mickey. I thought it was Borra TPing down there, but Mickey goes down to the bottom just to defend the tier 3, sorry. You see a lot of those buybacks starting to come back online. So I think it's probably just going to be a little bit of a lull until Roshan's back up. He's up in 45 seconds. It's going to be relatively soon. Just a lot of idle money sat in a lot of people's banks. This buyback is so essential now in a lot of these fights. So as we saw with the last Roshan, both teams, they're getting just hanging around this area now. Realising this is probably going to be the stage, the centerpiece of the end of the game. Oh my days! Oh my days! It's a Divine Rapier. So Mickey, he's just gone, fuck it. Divine Rapier time, boys. Let's go. They're even going to smoke up. Maybe thinking about trying to move straight into the Roshan pit, but there's already an illusion here from Skia scouting this out. Run forward from Tiger. Maybe thinking of trying to make a move onto Far, but Far's just charging straight into that front line. Does not care if he gets targeted. Alright, Mickey jumps straight back onto Boro and he just gets melted with the Divine Rapier. Those crits just hurt so damn much. 33 gets hit up into the air. Still doesn't want to pop his Ravage though. He's going to do another buyback. Start TPing back to that tier 2. But it looks like Liquid, they've done some work. They've got a nice 2 quick kills, forced out some buybacks. And they managed to retreat without taking any losses themselves. This is the first Exorcism nearly running out, but Koifa, he's got a fresher orb. He's going to be able to just pop this and just move straight back in there. Here we go, second Exorcism comes out. Skia, he gets kicked out the pit, destroyed by Mickey. He does have a buyback. He's probably going to be forced to use that pretty soon. Mudgolems are just going to keep positioning up around here. They do not want to let this Roshan fall for free. It has absolutely everything on it. Fart is so aggressive in the front. Finally, Skia comes back in there with the Spectral Horn. But Mickey actually gets the Aegis though, so he's going to have a big advantage. He's trying to hit the Skia. He's not getting any crits, unfortunately. Friday 3, he's in the front. He's dropping low. He needs to pop that Ravage before he goes down. He will eventually die, but the Ravage does connect onto Mickey. The False Promise comes out. He's keeping him alive. Skia is trying to do enough damage to go through it. Cheesy when use on the Mickey. He's definitely come back to the full HP. Boro just gets burst out again. He's gone for 2 minutes as well as 33. Skia is desperately trying to survive here. Mickey, he actually managed to get over the top. He has the refresher orbs. He's just going to pop that. He's jumping back and forth. It's so confusing. He actually managed to trick it out, but Koifu's going to get the catch onto him. Ski's trying to survive, but in comes the dagger from Mickey, and it finishes him off. It's buybacks galore, and I think that's it. I think Liquid have just broken the camel's back. Looks like Farter. He's going to go for the base race. Go, Farter, go! He's... I'm not sure what a lone Bristleback can do. I mean, he does quite a bit of damage with his cool stack. He's hit for like 300 damage a hit. Even Milan now does a buyback himself. Nice crawl back there from Tiger, keeping making sure that Farter can't do anything at all. Meanwhile, Liquid, there's no way their Bristleback can out damage this. And that's just game. Mudgolems call it, they tap out. Well played there by Liquid. They actually take the series 2-0. That was a absolutely bonkers game. That was so back and forth. 55 minutes in, 54 and a half. And whoa, absolutely crazy. So back and forth. Just those big crits coming out from Mickey in the end. Just destroying Boro before you can actually get too much work done. Because even though that Boro had like nearly 4,000 HP, Mickey was critting for about 3,000 damage. So it didn't really matter all that much in the end. Just means he needs 2 hits rather than 1. But super well played there by Team Liquid. They managed to wait it out. They managed to defend their ancient that mid-area sort of team fight. They lose all their tier 4s, but they stay in it. They keep pressing forward. And Mickey becomes such an absolute boss. He has nearly double the net worth of Skeeter at the end of the game. I think that is a key point of why they won. Is that, unfortunately, Skeeter, he just wasn't really that farmed. It's 55 minutes in, and a Spectre isn't 6-slotted. That's really not good, especially when you're up against a PA that has a goddamn Divine Rapier. Absolutely disgusting. Even still had the Aegis at the end. So, well-deserved victory there by Liquid. They'll be moving on to the grand finals of the ESL One Germany 2020 online tournament. And that match will be tomorrow. versus Navi. I think that's starting at 4 o'clock. So that'll definitely be one to watch. Both those teams have been performing really well, so it's going to be an exciting match for sure. So hopefully I will see you guys there, and yeah, ciao.